Nigel Farage doesn't really give two hoots for Clacton. He's using the people of Clacton as a stepping stone, treating them like fools.
Obviously Farage got his seat in Clacton, which is absolutely fine. I'm hoping he's going to change the way he words things and puts his opinion across, because for me, the fact that we're talking about illegal immigration and not talking about the price of a pint of milk, and the fact you can't get a doctor's appointment and the education system's never been so bad, there's no jobs for people, that's not down to illegal immigrants. You do the maths, you're going to go and do that. But you voted in, you've created a stir, now you've got to calm the public down and actually put real ideas into place rather than just stop this, stop that, because it's absolutely ridiculous and embarrassing that people buy into it, to be honest.
Everyone's going to blame Nigel for destroying the Conservatives. But they've done this to themselves. They had a clear mandate in the last election, an 80-seat majority. They've thrown it away through division. Well, that depends now on Keir Starmer and Labour. And everyone in the middle of politics and to the right of politics, a lot of people will want him to fail. But if you're a citizen of Britain, you've got a new government with a massive majority, you want them to do well.
See your MP.
No.
That's it. That's the end of it.
You don't need to finish a sentence. No, I'm not. I've written twice to Nigel Farage already about two different issues, local issues, because we've got plenty of them here in Clacton, and I have yet to receive so much as an email back from him. And I'm not impressed, because I know I'm not going to. And I don't know what people in Clacton thought they were going to get when they voted him in, but if they honestly think that he cares about this dirty little town, they've got another thing coming, because he doesn't care about us at all. Having two media jobs, how can he possibly make time for the people of Clacton? It's not good enough.
And he's spoken in the House of Commons once.
Yeah. I really don't think people... I just don't understand why people would vote somebody in who is so obviously using Clacton as a vehicle to further his own interests.
That we agree with. So much about this country that's wrong, so much about this country that needs to be changed. This area particularly, like many seaside resorts, are becoming down and out little towns. We're getting people in that we shouldn't be getting in. People that are coming over that shouldn't be here. People that are getting things for nothing that shouldn't be getting things for nothing. And it's our country and we need it back. Immigration is a big issue. They've been saying for years that they're stopping it, and it's not being stopped. They're still coming. We're paying France untold amount of money, and they're still putting them in boats and sending them this way. They don't want them, they're sending them here. And we're an island and we're going to sink soon. I feel uncomfortable with it. I feel uncomfortable that there are groups of men walking around not having anything to do, not having work to go to. These little towns are being very badly affected by it. More and more shops are shutting, more and more people are sleeping in the doorways of shops. It's going to take a while to fix. Yes, I know that. I just thought putting someone else in charge to try and do something better. I don't think we've got other options.
The big issue is immigration and the fact that we need an appropriate means to check immigration, bring people in who are vital to the services in this country, but then also have an Australian-style checking system. That is the big issue, really, because so many of our services are failing as a direct result of excessive immigration.
Well, he's anti-BBC because of bias. Fully agree with that. He's anti some of the education systems in the UK, which are teaching our kids the wrong things. He's a true Brit.
I personally wouldn't vote for Nigel Farage because I don't believe in his immigration policies. I believe that he's possibly wanting to eradicate the NHS, which is something that I really strongly stand by. He's definitely standing here as a platform for something else. He has no links to Clacton. I think he's been quoted that he wouldn't want to be in Clacton if he did get elected. So I just see he feels this is a good target area for him, especially in the poorer areas like Jaywick. I think he gets a lot of attention there. I think all he wants is a seat in the government. I don't think he's got any interest in bettering this area, because the majority of this area are lower income people, and I think he is more for the wealthier, shall I say.
We've lost the guest houses. The town centre itself isn't what it used to be because so many of the major shops like Marks and Spencer's, Tesco's, they've moved out of town. It doesn't lend itself for everybody to come and stay for any length of time, unfortunately. So yes, trade is far slower than it was, say, 20 years ago. I don't actually live in this particular constituency. I live in the neighbouring constituency. With Nigel Farage standing here, I would have voted for Nigel Farage because it's brought so much attention to the town. And any picture of him standing at the pier has to be, in my opinion, has to be good news. It's not quite so good when they see a milkshake being thrown over him. I can't believe that he wouldn't be doing the normal MP duties. I can't say that the current MP has been particularly visible in Clacton, so he can't do a poorer job, in my opinion.
Only 6 weeks ago, he was said repeatedly to Piers Morgan on television that he wouldn't stand. And then back in February, he said, Clacton on a Friday, do I need to go there every Friday? The implication being, I think not. Nigel Farage doesn't really give two hoots for Clacton, and what really upsets me is that he's using the people of Clacton as a stepping stone, treating them like, if I turn up in Clacton, of course they'll all vote for me, I shall win and I shall move on elsewhere. He wants to be centre stage, and by God, he's good at that. He goes around the country and is centre stage, and people listen to him. And if you get Nigel's manifesto, his contract with the people, he calls it, and you read through it, you think, well, yes, I want no waiting times at hospitals. I want to reduce immigration. I want to do this, that, and the other. But this is written by somebody who knows he will never have to apply these policies. Reform will never be in power, so you could write what you like on your wish list, and it sounds great. How are you going to do it? How are you going to pay for it? That's another matter. We have to live in the real world.
He's a source of inspiration for me because he shows that it's possible to get ahead in public life in this country, even if you were born with disadvantages like myself. And he shows that you can get ahead even if you are a racist.
Be interesting to see how views change in Clacton over the coming years. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment below, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe.